What's up? This is Victor from The Remote Lifestyle, and today I am in Shanghai, China, visiting my parents. I just left Chicago a few days ago to start traveling for 7 months this year. Today, I have a big surprise for you. I'm going to teach you how you can become a digital nomad using the 4-step framework that I created. But first, a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know, I quit my job in February 2016 to become a full-time digital nomad and to pursue my dream of being able to live and work anywhere in the world. I currently run my own digital agency, Tandem Designs, where we provide our clients with branding, web design, web development, and online marketing services. And on the side, I work on my passion project, The Remote Lifestyle, which is a website that teaches you how you can become a digital nomad. These two things help me fund my lifestyle. But here's the thing. I didn't do any of this on a whim. I strategically planned out everything in advance a year beforehand. And I slowly transitioned from my corporate 9-to-5 to my location-independent lifestyle using the roadmap that I'm about to share with you today. In this video, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of the roadmap. So let's dive into it. So first, what is a digital nomad? Before I dive into the roadmap, we need to define the term digital nomads so that we're both on the same page. Digital nomads are individuals who sustain themselves financially through making money online and are able to live and work from anywhere in the world. You might also have heard of the term location independence, which simply means the ability to live and work from anywhere in the world in a financially sustainable manner. Between you and me, I'm much more of a fan of the term location independent because digital nomad is becoming a buzzword, and buzzwords aren't cool. But that's just me. Now, on to the roadmap. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the 3 main types of digital nomads. You can think of this as 3 possible paths that you can take to financially sustain yourself while you're on the road. They are the remote employee, the freelancer, the online entrepreneur. Once you've selected a path, you're going to want to learn the right skills for your desired path. Once you've learned the skills, the next step is to actually transition into a remote lifestyle by getting rid of all the things in your life that can potentially tie you down. Examples of this include financial commitments like debt or mortgages. And the very last step is going to be planning out where you're going to go. Once you have a destination in mind, it'll become very easy for you to plan around all the logistical details. And that's a high-level snapshot of the roadmap. Let's dive into it piece by piece. So we talked about the 3 paths you can take as a digital nomad. Your first option and safest option is to work as a remote employee for another company. The main benefits of this include 1. Having a steady income. 2. Not having to find your own work or clients. 3. Having employee benefits like 401k, health insurance, and etc. If you want to be a remote employee, the very first thing you should do is to check with your current company if there are any opportunities that you can work remotely. In a poll that Charles Dew conducted, he found that the vast majority of remote year participants were actually remote employees. If your company doesn't allow you to work remotely, then you can apply for a remote job at a separate company. More and more companies are starting to offer remote options, so it's a great time to want to be a digital nomad. Here are the 5 most common types of remote positions. 1. Customer service representative. 2. Web designer or graphic designer. 3. Programmer. 4. Writer. 5. Marketer. You can find a list of remote jobs on websites including FlexJobs and We Work Remotely. If you want to find more remote job opportunities, a quick Google search goes a long way. Your second option for becoming a digital nomad is to become a freelancer. A freelancer is somebody who is self-employed and provides services to their own clients. I started out as a freelance web developer. Common freelancing gigs include accounting, marketing, tutoring, design, development, and writing. You'll find that a lot of the skills that you'll need as a freelancer actually overlap with that of a remote employee. The main benefits of freelancing include 1. Having the flexibility to set your own work schedule. 2. Being able to pick the type of work you do and the clients that you work with. And 3. The opportunity of having a higher earnings potential than that of a remote employee. You can find freelancing opportunities on websites that connect freelancers with people who are posting projects. These include Upwork.com, People Per Hour, and Guru. Now we're on to the 3rd type of digital nomad, the online entrepreneur. Most digital nomads actually start out as remote employees and freelancers before moving into online businesses. An online business is any type of business based on the internet that either sells advertising, products, or services. Here are the most common types of online businesses. You have your e-commerce stores, where people are selling digital products or physical products. These can include clothing, ebooks, e-courses. You also have software as a service, or SaaS. These are businesses that sell software products to customers. Another one is affiliate marketing. This is where you refer or recommend products on your website, and if visitors make a purchase using your unique referral link, you get a cut. Having an online business is really the holy grail when it comes to location independence and digital nomadism, because that's really the best way for you to be able to generate passive income. Passive income, simply put, is a recurring revenue stream that continues to generate cash flow without any external input. For example, if you create your own e-course, you invest a certain amount of time to create the product and push it onto a platform like Udemy. Once it's on there, it'll be there for the end of time, and people can continue to purchase and get access to your course without you having to do anything else. Another example is investing. You can put your savings into a mutual fund, and you can reasonably expect to get around 5% returns every single year. To use the words of one of my idols, Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income, he says that the ultimate goal of location independence is to build online businesses that take advantages of systems of automation that allow transactions, cash flows, and growth to happen without requiring a real-time presence. Now that you know the 3 paths that you can take, it's time to pick one to start with. Like we talked about, most people start off as freelancers or remote employees. So that's what we'll assume that you're starting with as well. To refresh your memory, the most common types of remote roles include 1. The customer service representative, the graphic designer, the web developer, the writer, and the marketer. Of course, you're not limited to just what I listed. So in my exclusive email course, I dive into each one of these a little bit deeper. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna focus on what I know best, which is web design and development. If you want to learn how to code, I strongly recommend that you check out my step-by-step guide on learning how to code. You can access it right here. In a nutshell, you can learn to code just by taking online classes. It's how I learned, and it's how 90% of people in the industry got their start. You don't need a college degree to learn how to code. If you want to get started today, you can check out these free resources, freecodecamp.com and codeacademy.com. In terms of paid online courses, which could be as cheap as $25 a month, you can check out Code School or Treehouse. These two are my favorite, and I think you can sign up for like a 2-week free trial, so it's definitely worth checking out. Once you've learned these skills and can now make money as a remote employee or a freelancer, the next step is to start transitioning your life. You need to remove the commitments that are anchoring you down to a physical location. These include financial commitments, physical mail, business or legal commitments, and health considerations. So your financial commitments include things like mortgages, leases, or any type of debt. I strongly recommend you pay these off before you even consider living a digital nomadic lifestyle. If you're going to be traveling for extended periods of time, you need to make sure that you have a physical address for mail. Most digital nomads just use their parents' addresses or their relatives' addresses. However, if you don't have that luxury, you can use mail screening services such as Traveling Mailbox. These services will not only hold your mail for you, but they can scan your email and send you the scanned copies so that you can access them wherever you are. Business and legal commitments are a little bit more complicated. If you are based in the United States, you will need to make sure that you have a physical street address for your business. The US government does not allow businesses to use PO boxes as their street addresses. Another thing you should figure out before going remote is taxes. Whether you are a self-employed freelancer or a business owner, you will need to file taxes per the laws of your parent country, so make sure you're familiar with those regulations. Whew! Now all of the boring stuff is aside, now it's time for you to pick your location. As a digital nomad, there are 3 factors that you're going to need to take into consideration: the cost of a location, the internet connection, and the presence of a digital nomad community. Nomad List is a great free resource that you can use that lists out all of the digital nomad hubs in the world. and you can rank them using a variety of different metrics. One of the main reasons that people flock to Southeast Asia is because of the cheap cost of living. If you are making a Western salary, moving to a place like Southeast Asia will greatly increase the quality of your life. And that's the reason why Chiang Mai, Thailand is such a popular destination for digital nomads. First of all, it's very cheap to live in. Second of all, it has a lot of internet connection and great infrastructure. And third of all, there's a strong presence of a digital nomad community. Once you pick your destination, you want to make sure that you take care of the following items. First, book your flight. I recommend booking international flights 3 to 6 months in advance to make sure you get the best deals, and also to avoid holiday season to keep your airfare low. If you're into travel hacking and booking flights for free, I've written a travel hacking guide where I show you the step-by-step recap of what I did to book a free international flight from Chicago to Shanghai. And that's actually the flight that took me to Shanghai this time around. 2, visas. You need to make sure that you have the proper and the required documentation to enter whichever country you're planning on visiting. This will be different for any country that you go to, and also be different based on your own citizenship. You don't want to be the guy or the girl who shows up to a country and gets denied entry because you forgot to get a visa. You'll be able to find all this information with a quick Google search, so don't worry. 3, vaccinations. Depending on where you are going in the world, you might need to get certain vaccines to make sure that you can stay healthy while you're at your desired location. In many developing countries, you're actually very much at risk for contracting diseases that you don't have to worry about in your home country. So make sure you take care of that, because health is imperative, especially when you're traveling to foreign countries, since maybe you won't have access to your own health insurance from home. Which brings me to my next point, travel insurance. You never know what's going to happen on the road, so make sure you're insured. I recommend using World Nomads, which is the travel insurance provider of choice for many digital nomad and travel bloggers. I'm including links to all these things that I'm mentioning in the description below, so don't worry. Phone carrier. Get a phone carrier with cheap and reliable international plans. For US-based digital nomads, I highly recommend T-Mobile. I've had great experiences with them, and they've recently done a lot of cool things, like consolidate all their phone plans into just one. In this T-Mobile One phone plan, you get unlimited texting and data in over 30 plus countries. So make sure to check if the countries you're visiting are covered. Last thing, foreign currency. Before your trip, go to your local bank and exchange a good amount of foreign currency. Also make note of any international partners of your own bank so that you know which ATMs you can go to when you're on the road. And that's the digital nomad roadmap. At some point, you just have to go for it. Don't be afraid. What I did was that I booked my flight 10 months before I was scheduled to leave, and I promised myself that I would figure out everything I needed to within that 10-month period. This is a great strategy that I recommend to hold yourself accountable. So that's just a high-level overview of the roadmap. If you want to dive deeper into each of the topics that we discussed, I invite you to sign up for my email course, How to Become a Digital Nomad in 7 Steps, even if you don't know where to start. The email course will go through everything we talked about in greater detail, and it'll even give you a few bonus free material as well. So if you're interested in that, just click on this link or head to my website on theremotelifestyle.com. Lastly, I'll include links to all of the resources that we talked about in the video description. So no need to worry, just check it out and it'll have everything we talked about. And if you liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more content on digital nomadism. I'm going to be posting a lot more informative videos like this in addition to weekly vlogs to really show you what this lifestyle is all about. If you have any questions or comments or ideas for any new videos, just put them in the comment section below. I respond to each and every comment that I get. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.